Hey guys, it's Desy. Konnichiwa. Watashi wa Desy desu. So today we're going to be doing a video about making cookies. Now, in my house, it is a yearly tradition to make molasses cookies. And this is mainly because molasses is one of my dad's favorite, I guess, do you call it foods? Anyway, he absolutely loves molasses, so of course he loves molasses cookies. Now, me personally, I like peanut butter and I like peanut butter cookies. So when I found a recipe that combined molasses and peanut butter, it seemed the perfect idea to do. So what gave me the idea of putting coffee with these cookies? Just to let you know, not a big coffee drinker. However, one year, Frankie and I made molasses cookies and we were giving them out as Christmas gifts to our family members. And our aunt called us and told us that she absolutely loved the molasses cookies and she loved having them with her morning coffee. So I'm thinking, oh, that's a good idea. Why not pair coffee with the cookies? However, I couldn't just do normal coffee, so I tried to see what other coffee recipe ideas were out there, and I stumbled across gingerbread coffee. The spices in the gingerbread coffee matched the spices to the peanut butter molasses cookies, so I said, why not give it a try? So, short story about me attempting molasses cookies for the very first time. I'm pretty sure I was like, I don't know, anywhere between the ages of 9 to 11. And my mom was teaching me how to make cookies. And of course, we were making molasses cookies because that's the tradition. I swear I did everything that I was supposed to do. I really can't remember me doing anything incorrectly. And I had my mom supervising me the entire time. So we make the cookie dough, we put it on the cookie pan, we put it in the oven, we take it out, everything looks the way it should, except for the fact that when you went to bite into it, they were as hard as bricks. I remember being absolutely heartbroken because this is my first ever batch of cookies to give to my dad, and they were atrocious. Needless to say, my dad found it absolutely hilarious because, of course, he tried to eat them, said he almost broke a tooth, and then proceeded to take the cookies and bonk me on the head with them. Let's just say that my second batch was way better. So in this part of the recipe, it says put the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients. And I think they want you to put all of the dry ingredients in at once. However, I noticed that when I do that, inevitably something goes wrong in the baking process. The cookies come out hard or something. So here I'm going to be adding it in parts instead of all together. Okay, so a couple things I want to say about this stage in making the cookies. One, never used a cookie scoop before, so I'm super excited to try it out. Normally, I just use two spoons together or roll it with my hands. Second, the recipe did not say to chill the cookie dough batter, kind of the way that other recipes have said to do before. So I didn't, and I kind of wish I had. In the beginning, everything was fine. However, you'll see that the farther I go along, the harder it is to get the cookie dough out of the scoop. Also, anytime I tried to move the cookies around the cookie sheet, I would just deform them with my fingers by accident. In the end, it didn't really matter too much, but I would definitely say if I did this again, when I do this again, because these cookies were lovely, I will definitely chill the batter before scooping it out. Right around here where I'm starting to struggle the most, the dough won't come out, making it difficult to size these correctly. So my very last cookie, I would like to call my special cookie, just because I was done. I was over it. I wanted to get all this finished. Yep, just scooping out all that peanut butter, putting it into the very last cookie, because as soon as I put this in the oven, it is on to the coffee. And maybe I should have put this disclaimer at the beginning. This is not a tutorial in any way, shape, or form. This is just me trying out a new recipe and seeing how well it goes. So, like I said before, I'm not a big coffee drinker, but that does not mean that I don't have choices. So, I have the Starbucks breakfast blend, and then I have a New Mexico blend, which has chocolate, cinnamon, and vanilla. At first, I wasn't quite sure which one to go with. I mean, they both sound great, but I thought that if I'm gonna make a gingerbread coffee, I should probably go with a normal coffee and let the spices speak for themselves. For any of you who's out there wondering, no, I don't own a coffee maker. I don't drink enough coffee to warrant having a coffee maker, especially since the coffee maker I had broke. I just never decided to replace it. So, French press it is. But Desy, if you don't drink coffee, why do you own a French press? Good question. The reason I have a French press is because I have a lot of loose leaf teas. And so that's mainly what I use my French press for. Tea. Guys, I wish you could smell these cookies right now. They smell absolutely fantastic. Now, the recipe said to have it in the oven at 350 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes. I went with 10 minutes to make sure they were well baked. Oh, there goes my special cookie right there. I think that when I redo this again, I'm going to do it for the 8 minutes just because some of the cookies came out a little more brown underneath than I wanted them to be. So I think 8 minutes is probably the best time. Okay, so here is my review. Just in generally, I personally just want more spice. Okay, so the cookies, they smell great, they taste great, they're really soft. I think what really helps is like the extra sugar on the top because who doesn't love extra sugar? I just wanted a more spicy cookie. I think that instead of a fourth of a teaspoon of ginger and nutmeg, I would just go with the entire teaspoon. Coffee the same way. I don't think the Starbucks coffee has a mild flavor, so I think that having that type of coffee overpowered like what the ginger and cinnamon and nutmeg were supposed to do. Honestly, I aside from just increasing the amount of ginger, cinnamon, and nutmeg, I wouldn't change anything. I would still use the Starbucks coffee, but that's just because I like Starbucks coffee. Um, yeah, definitely would do it again, just tweaking it a little bit for my taste. If you guys want to try it, you absolutely should.